I learned a long time ago, the wisest thing I can do is to be on my own side, be an advocate for myself and others like me, says Maya Angelou, an African-American singer, poet, memorist, and civil rights advocate and activist.
The purpose of advocacy is to ensure that all people in the society are able to have their voices heard on issues that are important to them, get to protect and promote their rights, and most importantly, have their views and wishes genuinely considered when decisions are being made about their lives through learned counsels. Mooting can best be described as a pursuit which molds efficacious baton bearers of justice in order to fulfill this purpose.
Today, we are all gathered here on this virtual platform for the closing ceremony of the 31st All India Moot Court competition for Kerala Law Academy Trophy, put forward by Kerala Law Academy Law College in association with Kerala Law Academy Moot Court Society. All India Moot Court competition put forward by Kerala Law Academy Moot Court Society has a legacy of 31 years in finding out the best mooters from law institutions within India.
Kerala Law Academy Law College, since its inception into the legal hippodrome by the legal luminary, late Dr. N. Narayanan Nair, sir, in the year 1966, has always been a promoter of avant-garde in the field of legal education, consultancy, research, and in pioneering legal reforms, at the same time being a seat of excellence in them. It goes without saying, Kerala Law Academy is always a pace-setter in bringing out the untapped nuances in the dynamics of inculcating erudition with the aid of state-of-the-art methods of education, which is supposed to meet the needs of the changing times and teachers who are adept in their respective discipline.
Kerala Law Academy Moot Court Society is one of its kind in the whole fraternity of legal education, with the sole aim to bestow the students of KLA ample opportunities to foster research skills, oral advocacy skills, legal drafting skills, and other essential expertise to mold an individual into a seasoned litigator.
I extend a delightful evening to all those who are present here on this auspicious occasion. Today, we are all blessed with the presence of esteemed personalities on this virtual dais.
Before we begin our valedictory session to this cosmic event, let's spend a minute in silence to cherish the memory of our dear Narayan Nair sir, who is the godfather of this legacy. Thank you all.
Leaders instill in their people a hope for success and a belief in themselves. Positive leaders empower people to accomplish their goals. The statement is indeed true for us. We have Anil Kumar ji, sir, who is a professor of Kerala Law Academy Law College. I invite Anil Kumar ji, sir, to officially welcome our guest into this valedictory session.
Good evening to one and all. Respected Honorable Justice Devan Ramachandran, Judge High Court of Kerala, Professor Dr. K.C. Sunny, Vice Chancellor New Worlds Kochi, Professor Anil Kumar K, Professor Kerala Law Academy, Professor Harindran K, Principal Kerala Law Academy, other distinguished invitees, teachers, participants, and my dear students, a warm welcome to one and all. In the matter of great pride and privilege to welcome the legal dignitaries who have gathered here to take part in the valedictory function of the 31st All India Moot Court competition put forwarded by Kerala Law Academy Law College. Kerala Law Academy Moot Court Society has a legacy of its own spanning over 30 years. With a proud legacy of 30 years, Kerala Law Academy continues to encourage, polish, and enhance the mooting skills of law students across India with its prestigious moot court and client consulting competitions. Today, we mark an end to the 31st moot court competition. The finals were presided by Honorable Mr. Justice M.M. Sundresh, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Mr. Justice V. Ramasubramanian, Judge Supreme Court of India, and Honorable Mr. Justice C.T. Ravikumar, Judge Supreme Court of India. Moot Court provides the law student the skills to write a legal memoranda, the legal research skills to identify the problem and its issues and analyze them, the legal writing skills, the skills to find out legal issues, the law the ability to interpret the facts and law, the skills to know how, where, and the way to find out the law, judicial decisions, legal materials, and the skills to use a law library, and the ability to identify standard and quality legal materials, and the opportunity to go deeper into substantive law. And oratory skills, it enhances the speaking ability to levels of excellence and improves the language, its style, fluency, and clarity in speaking. It refines the speaking language and allows to master the techniques of modulation in voice and speech control. Develops impressive speaking techniques, court behavior, manners, formalities, politeness, persuasiveness, methods of addressing the court, ability in using legal and court language, court craft, and managing the court while dealing with questions from the judges, and the techniques in clarifying their doubts, enhances sensibilities, reflexes, ability, and alertness. Successful utilization of such opportunities provides the chance for developing into a complete lawyer during the student days at the law school. I am delighted to inform you that despite the pandemic, the 31st edition of Moot Court competition has become a pan-India phenomenon, attracting participants from all over the country. We had teams from different parts of the country. We had a nationwide response. Taking this evening further, and to begin with the welcome address, I would like to move on to the formal welcome address. Today, we are blessed with the presence of Honorable Mr. Justice Devan Ramachandran, Judge, High Court of Kerala. He started participating as an advocate in 1991 under the guidance of his father, senior advocate, Mr. M.P.R. Nair, barrister in law. He practiced in various modern branches of the law, including corporate, company, and constitutional matters. In recognition of his eminence, the Kerala High Court has engaged the services of Sri Devan Ramachandran to be its advocate counsel when he was just 35 years, making him the youngest one to do so till date. Justice Ramachandran also served as standing counsel for the CBSE, various private and public companies, various banking and financial institutions, including the Indian Banks Association, the principal financial advisory mechanism to Reserve Bank of India. On behalf of everyone present here, welcome Honorable Mr. Justice Devan Ramachandran to this function. Hearty welcomes to you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now we have the presence of Professor K.C. Sunny, Vice Chancellor, New Worlds, Kochi. Dr. Sunny has more than 30 years of experience as a teacher of Kerala University and the Central University of Kerala, out of which 11 years as professor and 8 years as dean. After passing the LLM examination with first rank in the university in 1986, he started his teaching career at Kerala Law Academy Law College, the institution in which he did LLB and LLM. Later, he joined for research work with UGC Fellowship and secured PhD, joined in Kerala University Department of Law, Kariyavatam campus in 1990. He had published the book Corrupt Practices in Election Law and more than 45 research papers. 17 students, including 2 foreign students, successfully completed PhD under his supervision. He was the international observer to Nepal Constituent Assembly elections 2006 and Bangladesh parliamentary election in 2007. These are his achievements, to name a few. I, on behalf of everyone present here, welcome Professor Dr. K.C. Sunny, sir, to this function. Hearty welcomes to you, sir. We also have the presence of Professor Anil Kumar K, sir, Professor, Kerala Law Academy, and I will also welcome to you, sir. Now we have the presence of Professor Harindran K, Principal, Kerala Law Academy. I would like to welcome Professor Harindran K to this function. I would also like to welcome Advocate Nagaraj Narayan, Director, Kerala Law Academy, and Standing Counsel for Forest, the High Court of Kerala, member Bar Council of Kerala, also to welcome to this function, sir. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to all the participants, faculty members, students, conveners, teaching and non-teaching staff, and all those who are present here in this virtual platform to this function. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for your warm welcome. We are indeed touched. I take this opportunity to welcome you two into the ceremony, sir. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in the inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly, said Martin Luther King Jr. Now we have the presence of Honorable Mr. Justice Devan Ramachandran, incumbent judge of High Court of Kerala. Being a senior lawyer in the High Court of Kerala, his lordship assumed the position as a judge of High Court of Kerala in the year 2016. With immense pleasure and joy, I welcome Honorable Mr. Justice Devan Ramachandran to address the valedictory session. Sir, please.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be part of a moot court. For those who possibly are not aware, I was an avid mooter. I think that's how you describe yourself these days. I had participated in almost all the moot courts that were available when we were students. And they were not so many, and they were not so very prestigious either. But then it gives you a lot of opportunity, not merely to understand your limitations and your skills, but also to understand what the world is going to be as you face it after you enroll yourself as a counsel. I've always said this. I think there are a lot of students hearing what I'm saying, and I'm sure they're all interested in mooting, and they will all do well in the years to come. As you say, the Law Academy, even when we were studying, had a formidable team, very formidable team. They prepared a couple of students meticulously, and I don't think we won against them. Though we fought very, very valiantly, we did not win against them. Initially, yes, we were able to manage, but then finally they would beat us because our memorials were not all that strong and all that. So we studied in a government law college where we did not have that kind of a support. But now the difference is showing. Everybody has great support. All the institutions appear to be taking moot courts very, very seriously. And there is a reason for this, and I'm happy that is happening. You see, I've always said that moot court is nothing but a real court in ideal test conditions. You know, as they talk about the cars and all that, the automobiles, they say you get 30 kilometers, 25 kilometers in ideal test conditions. It's the same thing in a moot court. What you see in a moot court is essentially what you will experience as a lawyer when you enroll, after you enroll. It's much easier. That's because when you are a lawyer, you're representing somebody real. And there is a lot of expectation out of you to win a particular cause. There's a lot of accountability that you have to your client. If you lose a case, obviously you will have to explain to the client why you lost it. And that is something that is dreadful to every lawyer. Believe me, when you start off your career, particularly when you have your own clients, for the first maybe a few months or few years when you're with a good senior, you are possibly going to handle most of the seniors' cases. And you are answerable only to the senior. If your senior is good enough, you will understand why you lost it. Because your limitations as a lawyer is always there in the initial stages of your career. And that happens with everybody, including us. So the moot court really is a real court, but in test conditions. You are not answerable to a client. You don't have to be fearful of going back to a client and saying, Mr. So-and-so, I lost your case. There is nothing like that. So it's a condition where you have only to gain and nothing to lose. So that is why I say in a moot court, when the final results are declared, there are no winners actually. Every one of you are winners because the experience itself is a win. It is not the citation or the medals that is a win. What is the win is the experience of having done this. Put your heart to it. You have done something that is extremely, extremely important for you as you go forward as a lawyer, particularly in the litigation field. And that is why when litigation is being done in a moot court in a real sense, but without the rigor of the fallout of having to go back and explain to your client or to your senior, it makes it much more easier for you. So you can then therefore innovate, you can improvise, because eventually a lawyer is a good storyteller. You have to make the judge understand, however good your case may be. It depends on how you are able to make your judge understand what you want to say. So when you understand that skill, because, so for example, in the Kerala High Court, I believe we are about 38 or 39 as of today. So you may say it is a High Court of Kerala, there is only one court. But believe me, we are 40 or 38 of us. Every one of us are different. So you will have to understand how to maneuver each of us. The lawyers who are hearing me, if there are any, they will understand what I'm saying. Because I went through this. I've been a judge only for 5.5 years. I have done this for 25.5 years. I was trying to understand what the judge wants, what every particular judge wants. You are honing your skill. It's a trial and error method, because you have no idea what will appeal to a particular judge and what will not. So it's a case of trial and error. You try to understand what wins and what does not, what fails and what does not. And that the best possible method of doing that is a moot court. You hone your skills like a surgeon would do. I always say this when I talk to moot court candidates. Like a surgeon, when you become a good surgeon, over and over, months, years, decades pass after you when you are recognized as a good surgeon. Similar is the case with a good lawyer. You continue to hone your skills. It takes a lot of skill. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of trial and error. Something that you don't do well today, you may do well tomorrow. You will be able to modulate yourself. You understand that I have not done it correctly today. With, for example, Devan Ramachandran, this is not the way I should have handled it. With perhaps some other judge, it would have worked, but not with this man. So I have to change my stand. I have to change my style. I have to make him understand in a different manner. So it's all a matter of practice, and it is a matter of understanding the nuances of what works for you best. So therefore, in a moot court, what really happens is that you either win or lose, it doesn't matter, but without any collateral damage. Because in a real case, if you make a mistake, your client will suffer. But in a moot court, your mistakes, nobody suffers. Not even you. Because that's why I said there are no losers in the moot court. There are only winners. Because every experience makes you enriched. And I have been saying this in my fellow teammates may not like this when I say this so candidly. I said we would have, and both my fellow teammates are now judges of the High Court. So we never won a competition, and we really didn't care. We went there for the experience. You can't win all the competitions. So it is not a case of winning or losing a competition. It is a case of doing the best that you can, honing your skills, making yourself understand what your limitations are, and getting over it. The trial and error method. Most importantly, creating your own style. No lawyer is similar. You cannot have two similar looking lawyers or similar style lawyers. If you look at each lawyer, if you look at each moot court candidate, you will see that all of them have a particular style which is extremely, extremely unique and individual to themselves. You don't have to copy anybody else. You may have the likes of Palkiwala as your idol, as we also had, but you can't copy him. He's too big for that. So you have to hone your style. You have to understand and make your style. And that style will take you forward when you then enroll as a lawyer. So this is where the moot court is very important. I don't know how much students take this seriously, but I was always being saying, I think I have, if I'm not mistaken, Nagaraj, I have come for your program earlier before. I don't know, because I've gone for too many moot courts, so I'm not sure if I've come for Law Academy before. Whatever. So I've been saying this over and over again. I said,
No, sir. We have not come.
So take moot courts very, very seriously, especially for the students in the first and the second and the third years. I request you to take it very, very seriously. Seize every opportunity. Don't worry of winning. This phobia of losing, this mania of winning, we must keep that aside. And there is a reason why I'm saying this. You see, as a lawyer, as a practicing lawyer, what is most important is to learn to handle your loss. seasoned lawyers, senior lawyers and good lawyers will tell you they lose more cases than they win. It is not because they are very good. I'll tell you why. You see, when you are really good at your skill, when you are really the best in the lot, you will start getting the worst cases. Because only those cases which cannot be handled by anyone else will possibly come to you. So the clients and the lawyers who are engaging you or briefing you, they know that you come to so-and-so, he's the best in the line. This is the best chance we have, the last chance we have. And if he loses it, then the case is really bad. So you have to learn to handle failure. Failure is not really failure in that sense. Failure itself is an experience. Failure is growth. So you have to learn the pangs of failure, as they would call it. So there is no failure. The moment you learn how to handle failure, how to handle the loss of a citation in the moot court, it becomes easier for you as a lawyer. Because as you progress further, as you become the top in the profession, as they call it, at some point of time, all of you will be the toppers. I have no doubt about it. Every candidate, every student today who are possibly participating and hearing this would possibly be one of the finest lawyers I can see, and I am sure and I wish for it. So in that, failure is something that is inevitable. So learn to handle failure. So today, whether you win or lose, it doesn't matter at all. You're all winners. You've had the experience. And the best thing is that you learn to understand each other. You learn to understand, teams from as far as possible. Because otherwise, it's like having a home ground. Suppose in a cricket match, your friends bowl to you. You will never be challenged. It is only when somebody from outside starts bowling to you that your batting skills are put to the test. Similarly with the bowler. Suppose you are bowling and it's your friend who is taking the bat. You understand his weaknesses and strengths already. So it's very easy for you to do that to him. But then when you start handling it with another person whom you have had absolutely no connection with, you understand that he is a person who is completely new to you, but with a better skill and capacity at the game. Everything changes. It's the same thing with the moot courts. So moot courts give you a lot of opportunity to mix and match with people, to understand the best from all over. These days with the online systems, we are even considering international moot courts happening very easily. In fact, I remember the Government Law College recently had a mediation competition. That's the first of my life. I was invited as a judge, as also as a guest, and it was fascinating for me. The teams were as far as from America and all that, and eventually the runner-up was a team from New York or something, and it was our Bombay boys and girls who took the cap in that competition. So online, in that sense, is possibly giving you a greater opportunity. You get to compete in competitions which you could never imagine earlier. So that is also a great thing you are able to. I'm not sure who the teams are today, though I have the list of winners already. I can't call them winners. I call them the citation winners. So they're all already there. But before I close, I want to tell every student one thing. So the hallmark of a lawyer is actually confidence. You look at any lawyer who inspires you. Any lawyer you think is a master of his craft or her craft. You will see that the real hallmark is confidence. The way they present themselves, the way they project themselves, the way they present their matter, the way they address the court, you will find an underlying confidence, which is a hallmark. And this is true with even a student of law. Believe me, if I were judging you today, I know that you are judged by 3 eminent judges of the Supreme Court. You had a much better judging panel than we could have offered. But then, if I were judging you today, in my experience as a moot courter also, I would be judging you not by your knowledge. Your knowledge, of course, is something that will happen over the years. Because practicing lawyers know that what you study in a law college is not what you practice. It's vastly different. But then, if I were a judge today, I would have assessed you on the yardstick of confidence. A student lawyer who comes across to me as a good, confident lawyer would possibly get the maximum marks from it. It doesn't matter whether you are prepared better, whether you are. I'm not saying that you should not be prepared at all. You have to be. I'm saying among the equals, I'm talking about, ceteris paribus. Among the equals, I would not judge you for knowledge, but I would judge you for confidence. And I had a glimpse of the program. Nagaraj sent me a YouTube link, and I saw it for about 5 minutes. I'm not saying which candidate. It was a lady lawyer who was very deftly maneuvering some questions that were being put by Supreme Court judges. Imagine, in entire career of mine, I don't think I have practiced in the Supreme Court the manner in which you have been able to practice today in front of 3 serving Supreme Court judges of India. So I saw the students maneuvering the questions, and I would have given full marks for that. It doesn't matter whether you are right with the law. You will learn the law, because we took us 31 years for us to stand here and say we know a little bit of law. I'm not sure how much law we know. Perhaps a little bit of law we know today. And that is why we are now confident of sitting on the bench and doing what we do today. So confidence is something that is very important. Please understand that you will not get confidence by simply asking for it or by ordering it through the Swiggy or the Zomato. You will not get it. Confidence is something that you have to inculcate. How do you get the confidence? When you get the moot court question, it's the same thing as the litigation papers that we get. Read it, not once, read it several times. You will find that your impressions on the first time is vastly different from the impression that you get on the second reading. It is completely different from, it's altered from the time when you read it the third time. And it goes on like that. So the more you read the program, the more you see the project that is put to you, you will understand that your combinations of answers are different. In fact, I think to the end of the moot court, I heard a young man saying, the council is confined by the moot court proposition, milords. So I can't move forward. Not so, not so. The moot court proposition can never, stop you. I'll give you a small tidbit. This is nothing this happened in the Law Academy campus in the year 1988. We were representing the Ernakulam Law College, and we were faced by 2 lawyers who are eminent today, who studied in the Law Academy. So the draw of lots, I think we got the problem of eviction of street hawkers. So you know the famous Supreme Court judgment authored by Justice Krishna. So the persons who got for the hawkers would have an easy cakewalk, because after all, hawkers have. Am I there still?
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Okay. Something went wrong with my. I can't see the video. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So by the lot, what we got was for the municipality, and it's a Calicut municipality. So we had a very eminent panel of judges, one of whom was, I'm not taking names, a particular jurist in Kerala. So we said, we had our options were very limited, because we were arguing for the proposition that the street hawker should be removed peremptorily, because and our options were limited. On the other side, imagine they had 19(1)(g). They said our right to life is being jeopardized. There is no other way we can live. We are being thrown out. So it's a shut out game, and everybody knows that the Supreme Court has also gone in their favor. So our argument was very simple, very innovative argument. We said, your lordships may kindly see that in Calicut the roads are very narrow. So one of the judges, he didn't like it. He said, why should we know it? We do not know Calicut. So we said, Milord, then take it as judicial notice that the streets in Calicut is very narrow. And therefore, we are trying to protect Article 21 of these people, because otherwise the traffic may kill them. Absurd in an open court. I think any judge would have thrown us out, saying that this is an absurd proposition. But we won the game. The judges found that the innovation was interesting. Though we did not win the round, we got the best speakers citation. So this is how, eventually what happens is really the innovation that you have, the confidence that you can project, the way you analyze the problem, keep on analyzing the problem. And I'm sure that the new generation of lawyers understand this better, because you are trained better. You have a lot of support. Believe me, in the 1985s and 86, when we started our moot courts, we did not have much of a support. Even professors were not sure of the importance of this project. But now it is not so. I'm sure that every college has dedicated teams. So things are different, and I'm very happy for it. Small things I wanted to tell you, nothing else. So as I said, it's a great opportunity to hear the next or see the next generation of lawyers perform. And whatever little I saw today was very, very impressive. And kudos to both the teams. I do not know who you are. I do not know where you are from, though I have a list which I have not opened yet. So congratulations to everybody. And I was told by Shruti that you had about 30 teams this time. Very impressive. And I hope every one of you, every team member, I'm sure 30 means at least 90 to 100 students. You are enriched by the experience of our God's own country, Kerala. And I'm sure I can't do that now. Nagraj will host you physically. By the way, is this physically done today or online?
No, sir. It is online. It is online, sir.
Kerala will host you physically very soon, subject to what our COVID-19 fend will help us, will allow us. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry to have taken so much of time. And thank you for your patience.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words. Now, I request Honorable Mr. Justice Devan Ramachandran, sir, to declare the winners of the 31st National Moot Court Competition put forward by Kerala Law Academy Law College in association with Kerala Law Academy Moot Court Society. Sir, please.
They are in the message that you sent me, right?
Yes, sir, that's right.
Okay. Shall I start reading it straight away?
Sure thing, sir.
Okay. The results of the 31st All India Moot Court Competition 2022. Should I keep the anticipation hanging in the air or start straight away?
You can start straight away, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Shall I announce the winner or the runner-up? If I announce the runner-up, you know the winner. All right.
Sure.
The winner is Team Code H, Symbiosis Law School, Noida. But this is not fair. The runner-up is also Symbiosis. So the runner-up is Team Code P, Symbiosis Law School, Pune. It's the same school, two different places. The best memorial is Team Code C, Institute of Law, Nirma University, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. All right, this is the star of the citations. Best Student Advocate, Team Code H, Aurin Chakrabarti, Symbiosis Law School, Noida. Oh, there is another Best Lady Advocate, Team Code P, Ananda Varshini, Symbiosis Law School, Pune. P. Ananda Varshini also gets a next award. It is the second best student award. She gets the same. It's P. Ananda Varshini, Symbiosis Law School, Pune.
Thank you so much, sir, for declaring the winners of the 31st National Moot Court Competition put forward by Kerala Law Academy Law College in association with Kerala Law Academy Moot Court Society. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to all the winners.
You'll also be getting the cash prize of rupees 1 lakh for the winner and 50,000 for the runners.
That's very nice. Very nice.
Today, we are in the presence of an eminent personality, Professor Dr. K.C. Sunny Sir, Vice Chancellor, Newalls. He possesses the epitome of legal knowledge and is a man with charismatic personality. Thus, it's a matter of immense privilege to welcome Professor Dr. K.C. Sunny Sir for the presidential address. Sir, please.
Chief guest of the occasion, Honorable Mr. Justice Devan Ramachandran, Judge, High Court of Kerala. Chief guest of the occasion, Honorable Mr. Justice Devan Ramachandran, Judge, High Court of Kerala, Advocate Nagaraj Narayan, Chairman, Kerala Law Academy, Senior Professor of Law Academy, Sri Dr. Anil Kumar, Principal Sri H. Harindran, other faculty members, and dear students. Actually, I am here with a mixed feeling. Now, Kerala Law Academy Moot Court Society is conducting the 31st All India Moot Court competition for Kerala Law Academy trophy. At the outset, I must congratulate the winners. Simbo is Noida and Simbo is Pune. And you have had an excellent speech delivered by Honorable Justice Devan Ramachandran, who is a very good judge or an excellent judge and who made substantial contribution to the development of public law, especially in relation to the liability of the state. These all things are very nice for me, but this is the first Moot Court competition conducted by Law Academy after the demise of the founder of Law Academy and my great teacher, Dr. N. Narayanan Nair. I was the student of Law Academy Law College for my LLB, LLM, and PhD. During that period, Narayanan Nair sir was the principal of the Law Academy Law College. And at the time of my PhD, sir was the director of the Center for Advanced Legal Studies and Research. So I would like to say a few words about Narayanan Nair sir in the context of development of Moot Court competitions. In 1989, Narayanan Nair sir decided to conduct an All India Moot Court competition. For that purpose, he sent a team to Pondicherry to observe the regional round competition for the prestigious Phillips Jesup competition. I think then second LLB student Nagaraj was also a member of that team. Actually, I was not associated with this Moot Court competitions at that stage. After the first Moot Court competition, Narayanan Nair said that we should give priority to this Moot Court competition and more training. At that time, I was a research scholar with the UGC fellowship here. And with the pledge that I will marry only after taking PhD. At that time, awarding PhD in Kerala by Kerala University in Law was an event happening once in 10 years. First PhD was by Narayanan Nair sir, that is 1973. Second, 1983 by Valedictory Session. Anyway, because of the compulsion on the part of Narayanan Nair sir, I said that, sir, I may take care of training the students. So we started training, special training from the first LLB students onwards. And our target is to represent India in the Jesup competition within 5 years. That was the target. The first problem was that all the toppers in the selection were girl students. At that time, it is very difficult to send girl students to a competition outside Kerala. That was the position. Now I am sitting in New York campus. I can see that the students mingled with girls and students. Both are jointly playing football in the front of the stadium. I can see it sitting here, wearing shorts. That is a position. That was not the position at that time. So Narayana Nair sir made special arrangement. So in the first occasion, we sent a team to Botticherry. That team was accompanied by a team led by none other than late Pannamme Aunty, the beloved wife of Narayana Nair sir and mother of Advocate Nagarajan. Pannamme Aunty, then a senior professor Kochu Pilla, then two other students, the parents of the students, etc. So that was the pain taken by Narayana Nair sir for developing this Moot court, developing the Moot court society, Second thing was Honorable Justice Devan Ramachandran sir mentioned about the level of preparation of the Kerala Law Academy team at that time. I was in charge of training the students. I was doing research also. Always I say, I am saying to Narayana Nair sir, in our library, Harvard Law Review is not there. So sir may ask, what may be the cost? 5 lakhs. He ordered. Next year or within 6 months, I said that the full set of the US Supreme Court reports are not there. What may be the cost? 10 lakhs. He ordered. Within 5 years, Narayana Nair sir ordered the books having the total cost of 50 lakhs. That was from 1989. In 1990, next year, I joined in Kerala University with the UGC scale as a lecturer. At that time, my salary was 40,000. Now the salary of a UGC teacher at the beginning stage, maybe I think 90,000. Anyway, more than 20 times more than. So in the present, if we take the inflation rate, we can say that Narayana Nair sir purchased nearly 10 purchased books having the total cost of 10 crores only for training this so-called mooters, voters. Anyway, there was Congress result within 4 years. 5 years was the target. Within 4 years, Law Academy represented India in Jesuit Moot court competition at the regional level with the first position. That run continued consecutively for 4 years. Anyway, when we are speaking about Narayana Nair sir, we must speaking about Moot court competitions. We must remember Narayana Nair sir. And one more point is very relevant. Now we are speaking about development of skills. This development in the skills to be possessed by a lawyer was firstly identified by this McCarthy report in 1993. But this Moot court competition of Law Academy Law College was in 1989. That is 3 years before the publication of this McCarthy report. That was the vision of Narayana Nair sir. Anyway, it is nice to see that the successors of Narayana Nair sir are continuing the tradition of Law Academy. It is nice to see that Law Academy completed the 31st year of this Moot court competition for Kerala Law Academy trophy. I once again wish all the best to the winners, and all teams participated in this competition. And before concluding, I would like to say one thing. That is one experience. Nearly 2 months back, one ex-motor called me and said that, sir, today I argued a case before Devan Ramachandran sir. And I quoted all judgments referred in our earlier Moot court competition, Rudul Shah, Neelavati Begara, Bhim Singh, etc. Devan Ramachandran sir highly appreciated it, and we are expecting a favorable decision. I am not mentioning what is the decision. Anyway, I would like to share this fact also with you. Thank you very much.
I extend my heartfelt thanks to you, sir, for your valuable words of wisdom, and we are extremely honored and privileged to have you on board with us.
Now, we have Advocate Nagaraj Narayanan, sir, Director, Kerala Academy Law College, Member, Bar Council of Kerala. Today, we are all united here because of his effort, vision, and support. From the bottom of my heart, I invite Advocate Nagaraj Narayanan, sir, for the special address. Sir, please. Sir, you're
Am I
not
audible? Audible, Ram?
Yes, sir, you're audible now.
Most respected chief guest of today's function, Honorable Mr. Justice Devan Ramendran, sir. My teacher, Dr. K.C. Sunny, sir. And other distinguished principal of the institution, Professor K. Harindran, sir. Other Professor K. Anil Kumar, sir, and other distinguished teachers and dear friends. Today, we have the 31st concluding day, valedictory function of the 31st edition of the competition. In fact, this is one of the competitions, only one of the very few competitions which is being regularly held. And now we can claim that this is one of the oldest competition. And our main mentor is Dr. K.C. Sunny, sir, who was there right from the start of our Moot Court activity. And only because of him, Kerala Law Academy has got the unique distinction of being the only law school from Kerala to represent India in the JSOOP, Philip C. JSOOP international competition in Washington 5 times. And NUALS is the only other institution from Kerala which has represented India. And that, if I'm correct, it is once. And that too after Sunny sir has taken charge as the Vice Chancellor. So besides that, I can say that the Kerala Law Academy Moot Court competition has been one of the best, and which has created a lot of eminent lawyers and eminent judges. Some of the winners and some of the participants of this competitions are now eminent judges. And I would say with great privilege, with great pride, Justice Devan Ramendran sir is there, Justice Bechu Kurian sir is there. All of them have been products of the Moot Court competitions of our state. Then in other states also we find judges who have been winners in this competition. And senior lawyer Guru Krishna Kumar in the Supreme Court, who was directly given designation, senior designation in the Supreme Court, and who was the Advocate General of Madras, that is Tamil Nadu State, in the Supreme Court. He was a winner here. Guru was one of the fantastic performances I have seen. I have recently said to Mr. Guru Krishna Kumar, sir, your performance during Moot Court was far, far better than how you are performing now as a senior lawyer. So it was so flamboyant, it was so aggressive. And I would say we are very fortunate that we have, as a chief guest, we had Justice Devan Ramendran sir. I don't have any words to say. I'm so much indebted to you, sir, because in a very short notice, sir, you have agreed without any hesitation, without saying anything, in spite of the fact that you are not keeping good health, and you were on the verge of whether you'd be having COVID or not. Now I know that sir is infected with COVID, and for the last 4 days, sir has not attended courts, is on leave, and in spite of all this, sir, we are very happy, sir, you are here for us, and as one of the best judges of our High Court, one of the judges, I would say both. It's not just flattering, your lordship. I'm not flattering, and even though it is taken as flattering, that is the truth, that both as a lawyer and as a judge, sir, you are really flamboyant. As a lawyer also, we have very few lawyers, where I always say to my colleagues and others, just watch this lawyer, some lawyers. Only students, if you watch good lawyers, their style, I will not say that you should have to imitate, but the confidence, the flamboyancy comes from the confidence. It comes from how you are able to say. And one of the most bar-friendly judges, and I would say we all, it's not my opinion, it is a common opinion. 95% of the lawyers, I don't know whether 100% of lawyers in the corridor would say commonly, if all judges were like Justice Devan Ramasubramanian, sir, whether you win or lose, well, it is because only because of that approach, attitude. And as a judge and as a lawyer, sir was also good, and his presentations got noticed anywhere. His language, his style, that you would have realized today. All the participants would have realized how beautifully, eloquently, so effortlessly, sir, his choice of words and vocabulary is something to be imbibed, imitated, and put as a model for all the participants. And that is why we are very happy that sir is the chief guest and as a role model for all of us. Sir is the most apt, most fit person for giving this valedictory address. Sir, thank you very much, sir, for being here, for enlightening and for enriching this event with your invaluable presence, sir, because the participants have been there. And Sunny sir, I need not say again, he did his LLB, LLM, a PhD, everything from Kerala Law Academy. And apart from that, he has been, I said about Sunny sir, after Sunny sir has become the Vice Chancellor, Nuals has also gone so many steps above many other institutions. And today, I have seen the performance. I was fortunate enough to see the performance of the final participants. I would say that their performance was fantastic, excellent, and especially the winning team. I should say that the 3 girls and 1 boy was there. The boys, I should say, was exceptionally so good. Others were also so good. And today's last year also we had 3 Supreme Court judges, but this year's 3 Supreme Court judges really grew well, or really was giving rapid fire questions. So there was questioning one after, pouring questions one after another. You were grilled so much, and you had the confidence to withstand all the questions, patience. So I should congratulate you. And what I understand from the judges for the other rounds is that this year's moot court competition, almost all the participants were really excellent. Some have won, some have lost. So those who have lost, it is not a loss. It is something which is very valuable experience. So with these words, I have to stop. And I should also give a word of thanks to the judges of the Supreme Court who readily agreed to judge this academic program. Justice V. Ramasubramanian, Justice C.T. Ravikumar, and Justice M.M. Sundresh. All of the 3 were fully involved, and they grilled the students really to bring out the best out of them. And I should say, Devan sir was saying that the same team had reached the finals, but I would say that Symbiosis is now becoming a name all over India. Now they have 4 campuses. Symbiosis Noida, Symbiosis Pune, Symbiosis Hyderabad, and if I'm correct, the 4th one is Symbiosis Nagpur. And in all the 4 campuses, I came to know that there is great demand, competition for admission, and that is reflected here because in the semi-final, 3 Symbiosis teams came. Out of 4, 3 were Symbiosis teams. The other one was 3 Symbiosis teams. Only 1 team has lost. And earlier, it was only the area of National Law Schools, Bangalore, if I am correct. Out of the first 15 competitions of this, first 20 competitions, nearly 8 to 9 competitions have been won by National Law School, Bangalore. And some 5-6 were won by Nalsar. And now the things have changed. So many other private universities have also come with Jindal, these and all these, and they are all making the other national law schools also run for their money in the sense of giving so much competition. And that is, I would say, it is healthy competition, and this will only improve the standard and competition here, and it will benefit all of us. And finally, once again, thanking Justice Devan Ramasubramanian sir and Sunny sir for their invaluable presence here. Thank you for giving me this opportunity for the host. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words. Now, the forum is open for a feedback session. I request the participants to use this opportunity to kindly come forward. and raise your hands for the same.
With your permission, can I just leave?
Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
I can
Yes, sir,
leave.
yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And congratulations to everyone who have participated. All the very best. See you very soon.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks. Yes, sir.
We shall begin with team code P1.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hi. So, good evening to everyone here. I think first and foremost, I would like to express the sincerest thanks and gratitude on behalf of Team Symbiosis Pune. It was a wonderful experience all throughout the competition. I think of the beginning itself, the problem itself is very nuanced, where it picked our brains at every level possible, where just arguing the problem was an extremely interesting experience. But on top of that, I feel that the feedback given in every session was very valuable, wherein after every session, we were able to think of new things and take away something and make our arguments better and more refined. And that helped us throughout the process. And especially even in the finals with Supreme Court judges, we also got feedback in that session as well. And it was an amazing experience to get feedback from the Honorable Supreme Court judges in this case. And I think there's a special mention that I want to give to I believe it's called the Participant Management Committee. I apologize if I'm saying it wrong, but every competition, every round there was absolute clarity. There was no confusion whatsoever. Timing was perfect. There was the links were sent on time, and there was constant updates given to us. So this made the whole process much more convenient and smooth for all the participants. So again, much thanks and sincerest gratitude on behalf of Team SDS Pune for the competition. Thank you.
Up next, we have team code H2. H2, kindly come forward.
Hi, am I both audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Hi, thanks. So I think so my friend from Symbiosis Pune has covered more or less everything. But what I do want to state on record, and I say this on behalf of my team, Symbiosis Noida, that the hospitality, which especially I would like to thank the usher who helped us all through the rounds. You guys took hospitality to a Himalayan level, and I don't think so I have ever experienced such amazing hospitality anywhere in any competition. And not to say the least, the proactiveness and the expediency with respect to giving out score sheets and giving us feedback, as my friend pointed out, and the whole process, it was absolutely seamless, and it was lovely to and it was great honor to be part of this competition. And on behalf of my team, I would like to thank all of you at keralalawacademy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys, for your contribution. In the absence of further contribution, we are winding up the feedback session.
May I make a word? One thing which
Sir, please.
we forgot to say is Dr. K.C. Sundresh sir is also the person who has created the problem for this year. As usual, for all the 31 years, sir has been the creator of the problem. And this beautiful problem is what we had claimed, which has given the competition a very good life. And especially the final round in the Supreme Court judges. Everybody has appreciated it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sirs.
Thank you. Thank you.
Gratitude is not only the greatest virtues, but the parent of all others, says Cicero. From the bottom of my heart, I welcome Mr. Ajay Vai, student convener of Kerala Law Academy Moot Court Society, to give the vote of thanks to this valedictory session of the 31st All India Moot Court competition for Kerala Law Academy Trophy. Ajay, please.
Thank you, Gauri. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Thank you. Greetings to all dignitaries, faculty members, participants, and all others present on the virtual dais. I consider it as a privilege and pleasure to propose the vote of thanks to all of you present here for the valedictory function of the 31st All India Moot Court Competition 2022, put forward by Kerala Law Academy Law College in association with Kerala Law Academy Moot Court Society. We are indeed grateful to Honorable Mr. Justice Devan Ramachandran Sir, incumbent judge of the High Court of Kerala, for delivering the valedictory address and also for declaring the winners of the 31st All India Moot Court Competition. We sincerely appreciate the generosity and readiness shown by our esteemed guests in accepting our invitation. On behalf of Kerala Law Academy, teachers, students, non-teaching members, and on my own behalf, I propose a sincere thanks to you, sir. We are grateful to have Professor Dr. K.C. Sunny Sir, Vice Chancellor, Newells, for delivering the presidential address. It's been an immense pleasure of ours to hear your words of wisdom and to learn from your experience before the court of law. On behalf of Kerala Law Academy Law College, teachers, students, non-teaching members, and on my own behalf, I propose a sincere thanks to you, sir. We stand on the shoulders of the legacy left behind by the late Dr. N. Narayanan Nair Sir, founder, Kerala Law Academy. I would like to take this moment in remembrance of his greatness. An overwhelming gratitude to Advocate Nagraj Narayan Sir, Director of Kerala Law Academy, Advocate High Court of Kerala, Chairman of Kerala Law Academy Moot Court Society, and Member Bar Council of Kerala, who is always a source of constant support to all the activities in this college. I'm indebted to him for being the catalyst that stimulated us to do our best and for the standing as a pillar of strength. With a deep sense of respect, I thank Nagraj Sir for his untiring efforts. On behalf of the Kerala Law Academy, I propose a sincere thanks to our Nagraj Sir. Shri Harindran K. Sir, Principal, Kerala Law Academy, is always a source of inspiration to all the academic activities. He always extends his support and guidance to all the competitions, conferences, international seminars, and workshops organized in this college. On behalf of the Kerala Law Academy and on my own behalf, I propose sincere thanks to our Shri Harindran Sir from the bottom of my heart. I would also like to take this opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to Shri Anil Kumar K. Professor Sir, Kerala Law Academy. He is an embodiment of the distinguished thought and innovation. Sir gave us constant guidance throughout the event. I thank you, sir, for instilling confidence in us to make this competition a successful one. A particular word of thanks to Dr. Dakshina Saraswati Ma'am, General Secretary, Kerala Law Academy Moot Court Society, for being a constant support for the smooth conduct of this event. I would also like to thank Professor Anil Kumar Ji Sir, Ajita Ma'am, Ranjit Sir, Prajita Ma'am, Reshma Soman Ma'am, Vidya Ma'am, Arya Ma'am, and the faculty conveners of this competition for their commitment in making this competition a successful one. Moreover, I would like to convey my sincere gratitude to Arun Sir, Sachin Sir, Darshana Ma'am, Radhika Ma'am, Priya Ma'am, and Shalini Ma'am, and the faculty conveners of other committees for their dedicated efforts for the smooth conduct of this competition. To all the judges who evaluated the participating teams, on behalf of the Kerala Law Academy Law College, I extend my deepest gratitude. I extend my special thanks to Honorable Mr. Justice V. Ramasubramanian Sir, Honorable Mr. Justice C.T. Ravikumar Sir, and Honorable Mr. Justice M. Sundresh Sir for presiding over the finals of All India Moot Court Competition put forward by Kerala Law Academy Law College. I would also like to thank everyone who has worked behind the curtains to make this event a reality, and I express my special thanks to our IT team who have provided us with the technical support, which is significant due to the virtual nature of this event. I conclude by extending my sincere thanks to all the participating teams, faculty conveners, teachers, student conveners, volunteers, committee members, non-teaching members of the office, and all those who are present here to make the 31st All India Moot Court competition a grand success. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you so much for expressing your heartfelt vote of thanks to this valedictory session. I take this opportunity to extend my gratitude towards you too for your contribution. We cannot conclude without adequately acknowledging the efforts put to bring this event into its finality. We have a behind-the-scenes video acknowledging the same, and here we go. Well, that indeed paid homage to the tremendous amount of work to bring this event to its polished version.
With this, we have come to the end of the 31st All India Moot Court competition for Kerala Law Academy Trophy, put forward by Kerala Law Academy Law College in association with Kerala Law Academy Moot Court Society. Before we drop curtain for this resplendent event, I request all of you to rise up for the National Anthem.
In the
Thank you all.
satisfaction of fulfilling the duty of finding out the best mooters from team across the country, we reach the conclusion of this monumental event. I also take this opportunity to congratulate the winners and all of the participants for their commendable efforts. Thank you all for your kind patience and cooperation. This is S.R. Gauri
GS Gokul.
signing off. Once again, thank you all.